The following program is intended for mature audiences.
A democratic republic of sports. The Sportsocracy with ESPN Asheville hosts Tank Spencer and Jeremy Greene.
And welcome into the Weekend Weed studio. I'm Tank Spencer, Jeremy Greene alongside, as always, welcome into the 7-round mock draft for the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns, they got a lot to do. They've got a lot of talent on this team. I know Jeremy, he's going to unload on some Baker Mayfield hatred here in just a second. But this is a team that is going to threat for the playoffs nonetheless, regardless of who their quarterback is. Where they go in the first round, the defense is incredible. At number 26 overall, Azeez Ojulari, edge rusher out of Georgia. Love this guy. He is a ball hawk, and he can force some turnovers.
Yeah, and I'll be really honest with you. I don't necessarily understand the fit with the Browns, but they have been attached to him for a long time. Back channels say they're really interested in him. I personally think he is a 3-4 outside linebacker.
Yeah.
But he is one of the most polished pass rushers. Good Lord, that's hard to say. In this class, I really like the kid. I've heard, don't quote me on this, that the reason they like him is they think they can stand him up as a 4-3 outside linebacker.
I think they can.
You're the Georgia guy. You watched every down of this guy. I watched the scouting film.
Right.
So I don't necessarily see that, but I have been wrong about that before.
He's very rangy, and he does have that. He's kind of mastered the punch, just to get after a ball carrier or a tight end or whoever. I think he can play on the outside of a 4-3. But that's just me.
And that's, if that's true, then that makes all of this make sense. Because this is not a good year for off-ball linebackers. Micah Parsons and Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah are both gone. Zaven Collins is gone. And I do really like the talent on Azeez Ojulari. The one thing I will say about him is he hasn't played a lot. Never played more than 52 snaps in a game. That's a little unnerving to me.
Yeah.
But I do like him, and him on the other side of Myles Garrett would be terrifying.
At 6'2", 249, though, I think he can stand up. I think that's what makes most sense for him. I wouldn't want he's too slight to be on my defensive line.
He can't be inside a tackle.
Right.
That could never work.
Right. At number 2 in the second round, 59 overall, Wyatt Davis, the guard out of Ohio State.
He's the guy that he never loses one-on-one. If you send a guy one-on-one to rush the passer against him, he never loses. I didn't see the jump that I wanted to see. Frankly, his best tape was 2019. There was a little bit of ugly tape last year. Some late recognition with his eyes, not getting around on pulls. But he's still the most talented guard in this class, the most talented natural guard that played guard in college. Take out the Slaters, take out the Ali Vera Tuckers. This is the most natural guard, most talented natural guard in this class. Doesn't necessarily get to the second level well, but this is a guy I think you put in your starting lineup for the next 10 years and you feel comfortable about it.
Cleveland going back-to-back Ohio State players here in the third round at number 89 overall. Baron Browning, the linebacker.
He's a freak of nature. I wish he was as good of a football player as he is athlete, because he's a super athlete. I mean, he's the closest to Micah Parsons in this draft. Kind of reminds me of Zach Brown or Jayon Brown or one of those guys that just a hyper-athletic linebacker.
Right.
I don't know that he knows how to play the position yet. Doesn't make reads well, not good in coverage. But the beauty of being the Browns, and I can't believe I'm about to say this out loud, you're so talented that you can afford to take a guy like this with the intention of developing them. He doesn't have to be a guy right away.
Right.
This is a guy that would come in and be an immediate impact player on special teams. I think he can be a situational guy defensively and would be a tremendous pick for the Browns.
What kind of a piece could they use Tutu Atwell in? You got him going to them in the 91st pick in the third round.
He's a satellite player. Get the ball in his hands. That's all I care about. I understand he's 4'2",
right.
64 pounds.
Right.
But he's just really damn athletic. And he plays more. Him and Rondale Moore have the same. I'm little, but I play more physical than I am. Now, in the NFL, to me, his wheelhouse in the NFL is going to be getting switched onto slot corners, especially against man teams. If you have a slot corner that is not physical, he'll eat them alive. I don't care if they're bigger than him. He plays bigger than he is. Now, he also has the same problem that Rondale Moore did, that a lot of times they had to manufacture touches for him by throwing him screens and shit like that. I don't care. Get him the ball. I don't care that he's little, and he's the best small, deep ball receiver I've ever seen.
Yeah. I could foresee Kevin Stefanski drawing up some interesting plays, gadget plays with Tutu Atwell and Jarvis Landry.
Oh, I could 100%.
I mean, that's enough to make you go 6 to midnight, as you like to say. In the 4th round, the first of 2 picks in the 4th round, 110 overall. You got him taking a defensive tackle out of Iowa, Davian Nixon. I'm taking it, he's big.
6'3", 305. And he has the best feet of any big man I've seen in multiple years.
Okay.
The problem that I have with him is he doesn't shed blocks well. He's not the space eater. I see him as, that Sheldon Rankins type of interior guy, but I don't think he has the pop as a pass rusher. He'll throw some wild plays on tape, and then you forget he's on the field for a quarter. Mm-hmm. Another guy that you can be. I could see him being an apt replacement to Larry Ogunjobi because he is NFL ready right now. Just runs a little hot and cold.
Rashad Wild Goose, your favorite last name in the draft, I think. Cornerback out of Wisconsin. Tell us about him at number 132.
If he had played more man at Wisconsin, he would be going much higher because he has the frame, he has the tape, he has the everything. There's not enough of it in terms of being a man cover corner in the NFL. This is a guy that I think can be a starting man cover corner day one in the NFL. But I could be wrong because there was such limited tape. He played 162 career snaps in man. That's just not enough.
Yeah.
It's not enough. And he's not a particularly good tackler, but I think he could be another developmental corner, but a guy that can be a usable piece right off the jump.
Kenny Nwangu, running back out of Iowa State. 5th round at 169.
Yeah, you go ahead and not call him a running back because he's not.
Okay.
You know Matthew Slater is? Special team ace for the New England Patriots?
Yeah.
This is the next one.
Oh, okay.
This is the best special teams player I've seen in a long time.
Damn.
And he's got the body frame for it. He's got everything. He's quick enough. I really like this kid. Now, is he going to contribute anything as a running back? No, not really. I mean, he had 4 touchdowns in 3 years at Iowa State.
Well, that's one thing Cleveland doesn't need.
No, and that's the thing, is that this is a luxury pick.
Okay.
Somebody's going to pick this guy in this draft. You mark my words. And this is a guy you're not going to hear probably mentioned anywhere else. He's going to get picked in this draft. And he's going to make Pro Bowls in the NFL as a special teams player. Just remember that the Mullet Man said that.
Okay, at number 211 overall, Derek Barnes, a linebacker out of Purdue.
Not really good, not much of a pass rusher, not much of a coverage guy, but this is a thumper, run, first 2 down linebacker. Good tackler. Missed tackle rate's only 8%, which is actually pretty low. I know that sounds high, but it's really not. I mean, there's linebackers in this class that their missed tackle rate's 15% that are going to go way ahead of Derek Barnes. Problem is that I'm afraid teams are going to see him in the NFL and go, Omaha! That one. Go with him. Because he couldn't cover my grandmother on his best day.
Okay.
Real bad in coverage, in case I'm not making that clear enough.
Yeah, we're clear. We're clear.
Just making sure.
In the 7th round, last pick of the draft for the Cleveland Browns, 257 overall, Shamar Jean-Charles, cornerback out of Appalachian State.
Slot exclusive, but I think he has the instincts to be a player in the NFL. He's very limited athletically. There's nothing special about him. Not particularly big, below average. This is one of the few guys in this class I will say he has below average speed. He's actually slow for a corner. But he has such damn good instincts. That's what I always saw on tape, is that he would be in pass breakups, interceptions, all those things. He knew where the quarterback was going, sometimes before the quarterback did. He had an interception, and I can't remember who this tape was against, but he had an interception where he literally broke on the ball as soon as the quarterback's head shifted that way. Because he knew, I can close the gap before the ball can get there, and he's going to see him open and not see me. Terrific instincts. He's just so small. That's why he's going to fall. I think, and this is not necessarily a huge need for Cleveland. Very few of these picks are huge needs for Cleveland because they don't need much.
Right.
But I think this is a guy they would look at and go, God, we can do something with a player that's that instinctual.
And if anything, it's going to give us the opportunity to mock all of the broadcasters when they say Appalachian State wrong, as they do every friggin' time.
Appalachian.
On ESPN. I'm Tank Spencer. He's Jeremy Greene. Welcome into the Sportsocracy with us, and join us in the Sportsocracy is what I meant to say tonight, as we are live for the first round of the NFL Draft, and we will be live for all 3 days of the NFL Draft here in the Sportsocracy. Hit that subscribe button. Get all of your draft prep. You don't have much time to get them all in. Get in as many of those mock draft videos as you can. Thanks for joining us for this one. 7-round mock draft for the Cleveland Browns. We will see you next time.